Listen closely, because what's coming might just save what you've poured every ounce of blood, sweat, and soul into. Startup failure is a nightmare that no founder wants to face, but it stalks silently, creeping in when you least expect it. You can feel it already, that gnawing frustration, the quiet moments where questions freeze in your throat. Is this going to crash and burn? Will all this effort just evaporate into thin air? That knot of anxiety isn't just in your head. It's the world warning you, but it's subtle, coded in red flags so easy to miss until it's too late. First, pay attention to the team dynamics. If you're surrounded by people who just tell you yes, who avoid the hard conversations because conflict scares them, you're already on a slippery slope. Mediocrity disguised as harmony kills startups faster than cash burning through burn rate. Real founders face brutal honesty, no exceptions. If your crew can't handle the tension, if tough talks get buried under politeness or ego, that's your first monstrous warning screaming, failure incoming. Call it out, rip it open, fix it by bringing in people who challenge the narrative, who fight you for the right outcome, not the safe one. Now, how many times have you sat in meetings nodding along to vague plans with no sharp edge? Vision without execution is just fantasy. Your startup's future dies in a haze of blurry goals and half-hearted sprints. Stop glorifying moving fast if it's just aimless running in circles. You need a ruthless obsession with metrics that don't lie. Revenue, churn, user engagement, not vanity numbers or feel-good statistics. If you're not tracking the brutal truths that make or break your business every single day, you're courting disaster. Pinpoint the numbers that matter. Obsess over them like your life depends on it, because in fact, it does. The customer. If you're ignoring them, dismissing feedback, or worse, pivoting based only on your gut and not battle-tested signals, you're building sandcastles in a tidal wave. Real founders live and breathe their users. They get under their skin and into their minds. If you can't articulate who your customer is, what pain they suffer before your solution, and why they'll pay for it tomorrow, your whole foundation is rotten. Demand raw feedback. Don't just gather surveys. Bombard your alpha test users with brutal questions and listen harder when the answers hurt. Growth doesn't come from guesses. It's forged in the furnace of relentless customer connection. Cash flow problems. This one's a silent killer that can't be ignored. If you're burning more than you bring in without a plan to fix it, the clock is your enemy, ticking down to every founder's worst nightmare. But here's the harsh truth. Fundraising is not a magic wand. Obsess over your runway, constrain expenses mercilessly, and always have one step ahead. Whether that's pivoting your product, acquiring new customers rapidly, or locking down strategic partnerships. If your startup bleeds money, and you hope that things will just turn around, you're trapped in a dream that will shatter. Command your cash like a general, plan every dollar, and control your destiny. Then there's the culture, the unseen architecture of everything you build. If culture is an afterthought, or just a hollow phrase on a website, your startup will implode. Toxic dynamics kill momentum, erode trust, and blindside teams when the pressure peaks. Watch closely. Is fear pushing people to hide mistakes? Or are you fostering raw accountability, where failure is a lesson, not the end of the world? You must create a culture where radical truth is not only accepted, but demanded. This is where the rare few discover true power, the freedom to fail fast and learn faster without shame or sidestepping. Your mindset matters more than any strategy. Founders trapped in comfort, clinging to outdated beliefs, afraid to challenge their assumptions, will never escape the cycle of repeat failure. Fight this. Break your own rules relentlessly. Adopt the habit of questioning everything. Your product, your market, even your own reasons for doing this. The world is not waiting for the next convenient startup. It's waiting for the bold, the disruptive, those who dismantle the old illusions and build something real. Be that force. Burn those mental prisons down, so your thinking breaks free, not tomorrow, but starting now. One more. Do not underestimate the power of connection. Isolation is the doom of many founders. If you think you can walk this path alone, Navigate every storm in a vacuum of your own fears. Consider this a death sentence, disguised as independence. Seek out those few who get what you're building, not by empty networking, but real, brutal, unfiltered synergy with peers, investors, advisors who will push you past your limits. Build your tribe, but not the many. Connect with the rare. The right circle redefines your entire trajectory. So don't settle for hollow encouragement. Demand alliance, demand challenge, demand growth. This battle is relentless, I won't lie. But the red flags, the true signals of meltdown, are no mystery. They're the refusal to confront hard truths, absence of candid conflict, ignoring real customer pain, neglecting ruthless cash management, failing to build a culture of fearless accountability, being trapped in stale mindsets, and walking alone without fierce complementary connections. Spot them early, don't flinch. Attack them aggressively, because every second wasted means the difference between reshaping the future and becoming another startup statistic lost in the noise. Remember, every failed startup was once burning with the same fire you hold now. The difference isn't luck or timing. It's the refusal to accept failure's silent script. Rewrite your story by diving deep into these raw realities, by embracing discomfort, by forging unbreakable bonds with truth and the few who dare support the impossible. The system wants you compliant, safe, average. But here's the unfiltered truth. That's death. Freedom to become means relentless struggle, breaking assumptions, and unwavering commitment to an uncharted path. So hear this now. Stop waiting for permission. Tear down your illusions. Locate the red flags screaming beneath the surface and crush them with savage precision. Align your team on brutal honesty. Sharpen your focus on the numbers that matter. Listen to your customers' unvarnished pain. Command every dollar. Build a culture that dares to expose and learn. Break mental chains that bind you to past failures. And connect to the rare few who will fuel your fight. This is how you transcend. This is how you win. No more half measures. No more excuses. The future belongs to those who confront failure before it finds them and turn every scar into a step forward. Your startup's survival hangs on this moment. Make it count with everything you've got. The world is watching, but spare no one's approval, just your ruthless, undying resolve to become more. Now, go build the impossible.